a vast empire left behind after Prince's untimely death last week. What we don't know is who inherits it. There now may be a clue. Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson, just filed papers in state court in Minnesota that indicate, as far as she knows, Prince did not have a will, and she's asked the court to appoint a special administrator to the estate. So let's bring in criminal and civil trial attorney Eric Guster. Nice to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Brooke.
Let me just begin with this one possibility that because we know that Prince and his sister were estranged for quite a while, is it possible Prince, being quite private and mysterious, did have a will, she just doesn't know it?
It is extremely possible, and when you have the death of someone, oftentimes a person will ask the court to appoint them special administrator in order to get into the probate court, because what they want to do is get in line to get money. And with Prince being the businessman and the entrepreneur that he is, it's very shocking for him to not have a will. And Brooke, what we're going to see coming out of this, we're going to have relatives coming out of the woodworks over these hundreds of millions of dollars that Prince has and is going to earn later on.
What I do know, and you could very well be right, but I know that his sister wants a bank that she claims handled a lot of his financial affairs to take this whole process over. If there isn't a will, how will that decision be made?
What the judge is going to do in probate court is they look at the family tree. They determine who is an heir, who's able to get money, who's entitled to get money, how much money is there, and they look at the debts. Because if Prince had an mounting debt, because debt collectors, they're going to file paperwork in court asking to be paid for any debts, credit cards, bills, houses, real estate, any debt that Prince had. So the court would actually determine exactly who gets what amounts, and a lot of lawyers will be involved because the family members will have lawyers, the court will have lawyers appointed. So it's going to be extremely costly throughout this process.
What about, the song sales in the wake of his death? Certainly, that will become even more priceless. I imagine the estate value will increase. How does all of that affect this process as well?
Oh, that is going to affect it immensely, because after his death, it's estimated that he may sell over $500,000 worth of records or iTunes and downloads. So what that does, that increases the estate tremendously. And what's going to happen with that, the court is going to take all of that into the estate. Every dime that Prince has left will go into the estate, whether he has a will or not, and will be determined by a judge as to who gets it. So all of that money will definitely have a huge impact, because his record sales are booming. He's in the top 10 right now with numerous records after his death.
Not to mention all the music the world hasn't even heard and the value of that. Eric Guster, for now, thank you very much.